Hello. We're gonna be nuns.
Sure.
We're playing Indika. I know nothing besides it's a wild ride and what I've seen on MinMax.
I haven't. I think
Hello.
I've seen less. I've heard about the game. Real.
I'm already. I don't like those noises, Connor.
Are you controlling this?
Yes,
Okay.
dude. What's happening? Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that.
I forgot myself for a moment. Sorry. Sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Turn the game down a little bit.
Go! There's a basket for Smaragda in the warehouse. She's waiting.
What? What? Okay, let's turn that down to like 35 because that's loud as hell.
What does it mean to be truly righteous?
This might be a controller
To never
moment.
succumb to temptation, or to take a vow of chastity despite constant temptation. Our heroine did not know the answer to this question and preferred never to dwell on it. If it were up to her, she would have chosen the quiet.
I'm sorry. The game is so loud still.
Life of a night.
What's my pray button? Okay, L.
However, destiny had something different in store for her.
So like, the very conflicting aesthetics are throwing me off. You have like these pixel art icons. They have this drab like. Is that a Russian, Connor?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
Maybe I
some
can
kind of
help.
Cyrillic.
You're the last
Anyway,
person I need right now.
I don't actually know what
I'm
country it's
lost.
supposed to be based in, so
Sorry.
I couldn't tell you.
Neither do I.
Because I think like, I think Georgia and I know Belarus writes in Cyrillic still,
And let me see.
and
Can I change?
Ukraine does as well. I think they might have Latinized it too, but I'm not sure.
Ah, here we go. Symbols of the control buttons. Perfect.
Oh,
Did
perfect. Yeah. See, I don't understand why every game doesn't have that.
I mean, I would argue 2022 and beyond, that should be just a standard feature.
Yeah. Because like, on a very minor level, that is like a kind of accessibility feature too. It's not like the most high order one, of course, but it's like there is a certain barrier to entry if you can't adapt to the button layout that a particular person has.
I mean,
now,
and then like
within reason, I don't think you need to have them be able to number the buttons the way they show up on your controller. Although, if they put in a mapping system to do that, sure.
dude, back in the day, that's why I refuse. I not refuse, but for older games I prefer emulation because gamepad support was just like like gamepad button 1, gamepad button 2. I'm like, what do you mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
they were just numbered before, like.
Yeah. Like Logitech controllers would just have like, it would be the similar layout, but like
It was 1, 2, 3, 4 for like the face buttons, and then
yeah, which like worked in basic games, but got a little messy in the more complex ones that where if you couldn't map it properly.
This is gorgeous, by the way. Just want to throw that out there.
What a fascinating conversation about controllers.
Dude, it's accessibility, man. Not a lot of people talk about it.
But
I'm kidding. A lot of people talk about it,
I
and
I
more
mean,
important
plenty
and
of people
influential
do.
people.
It's not. I mean, it genuinely isn't like a focus of conversation. I know we're
It
kinda
should
being
be,
a little glib,
but-
but like,
Of the prayers of all the... Stasha, do you have something prepared for Smaragda? It's cold today, isn't it? Oh, potatoes. Thank you.
that was
All right,
just like locked the gate on you.
but just like didn't acknowledge your presence at
Don't.
all, really.
Don't come
The
here.
sisters laughed
Take the
Indika.
potatoes.
Christian love is known
And
to be
get-
patient, merciful, and
I do enjoy that like potatoes are something that did not exist
they didn't
outside
love
of
her that much,
the Americas
to be completely honest.
prior to
They didn't love her at all.
Dude, this narrator.
yeah.
Many of them felt nothing but disgust for her. Indika, however, was not to blame. Were it not for the voice that was inculcating ideas in her,
Is it voice of lust? Is this where we're going?
She would have been a virtuous and rather.
I remember from what I've because I have heard about the game. I think it's supposed to be like a demon or a devil or something. That's like the way it presents.
And is that a metaphor for mental health issues?
I probably.
No
but-
matter how hard she tried, no matter how much she tortured herself, the voice grew louder and more convincing every day.
What it? Hello?
Huh.
I don't know what any of this means. What do I get when I reach that point? Do I level up? Like, what's...
About 1317 out of 1330.
In a weird-ass number, too.
Yeah.
This is gaming, everybody.
This is a game. This is very much a video game.
You know what I contemplated, too, for a series? Final Fantasy 13. I'm like, let's revisit that.
Oh my
Literally
Talk
14 years
talk-
later.
So honestly though, that one probably and Final Fantasy 16 would actually work really well for a series like this because they're not particularly open-ended.
What?
Yeah, you leveled up.
I didn't make these decisions.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it might have something to do with how you fell through that like well. Yeah, I don't know.
What if I want shame more than I want guilt? Or the other way around, sorry. I'd rather have regret than repentance. Okay, grief or humility? Oh. Grief.
Weird.
100%. I don't know what any of this does, but
This is very bizarre, honestly.
I'm here
It's-
for it.
Get a full barrel of water.
Better be fucking full.
This does remind me a bit of like Gone Home, of course. Which I
Really?
still, huh?
Does it?
I mean, like it has that. It's like the walking vibe. I mean, I guess like not thematically so much. but,
Okay, I
like,
was like, wait a minute. Have you finished Gone Home?
yeah, a long time ago though. It's probably
Okay.
been, like, it's honestly probably been like 10 years. I think I finished it before.
Oh, I have to
I
rotate.
was out of
Okay.
college. I think I played it when my dad still lived in his apartment, like on my old laptop. Which honestly, it's a good little laptop in 2012. Came not so good later, of course, but And honestly, that wouldn't be the worst device to like get into and like maybe put a different operating system on it and just utilize as like a little media machine.
Mm-hmm.
Although I don't know if I don't think I know where the power cable is. That might not work.
100
Content.
points? 100 points? No?
You get one
Oh
of
my-
8 or 1 of 5. Oh, you have to do. I
Dude.
remember them talking. I remember them talking about this on MinMax. MinMax was mentioned. So yeah, I remember this. Okay.
Can
I didn't actually.
Is this a
think
power
about
walk?
it, but
Okay, I think this is the power walk.
yeah. This is definitely.
That's the
like,
run?
This is definitely like
Game
a
ass game.
choice. This is such a choice. And I think that's the point. And I think that's what they discussed in MinMax, and I'll like kind of elaborate it here and
We'll
you
have
know,
our own
it's like-
in-depth analysis later. Not really.
Well,
kind of.
it's kind of like
The mundanity
it
of...
feels like the kind of thing that would be like tedious in many other contexts, but like it's so deliberate and pointed, I guess. I don't know. Like it's like
Useless
you're just-
labor is
Oh
you're
my
going
god.
to go back and forth 5
Genius
times,
is above fasting or prayers.
and you're gonna deal with
Indika
it.
didn't understand
'Cause
why
no-
she had
otherwise
to
you don't
retrieve
proceed.
The water from the well if there was a pump next door that took it from a sacred spring. She didn't.
And honestly,
understand
like
why
there's something in
drinking
there
from
about
This
like,
narrator is like giving me life right now.
cooking soup
yeah.
was a sin. The
And there's
well
obviously
was
there's something
only
in there
15
about like
meters away from the spring. It was not possible to have
sacrifice
any other water
and
there. Even a
duty
tenth of it
and
is the
like
same.
what needs to be
They
done
say on
or whatever
Epiphany, even a drop
that
of holy water blesses an
is, like,
entire canister.
has a
If
kernel of
that
truth, but like
a couple of
has a
evaporated
tendency to be
drops of the
abused
spring
in
would
these
bless the puddles beneath the
systems.
Okay, I really appreciate the detail in like
The chain.
the chain and like that little like knob that's kind of moving along right there. That's like making sure the chain isn't like overlapping or like twisting on itself.
Mm. I missed that part.
Well, you'll have 2 more times at least to watch it. Am I tripping or is that building tilted?
I don't think so, but maybe. Could be. I love the style of the minaret style though.
The what now?
That building, so if you see the building, it's that style of like where it like flares out like that
I see.
and then back up into a point. It's very common in like Russia and some Orthodox variations of Christianity, and then across a lot of the Muslim world.
See, Connor,
but-
this is what I love. You can, look, you have random factoids like this.
But it makes like for a really unique setting because you basically won't have this like that kind of architecture at scale anyway. I don't know, like west of Vienna probably. Obviously, you'll have a few mosques in those countries that will utilize that architecture a lot of the time, but in Orthodox, especially Russian Orthodox churches will.
Oh, I forgot. I gotta use the run button.
So you power walk. Like it's
Also, like,
uh,
Notice the
like that
detail on her
episode of
on her
that
like
episode of Malcolm in the Middle.
veil. It's not a veil, but like her headdress.
her habit.
Thank you. Like that, the physics on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Look
it's
at
pretty
that.
good. Yeah. But it's like that episode of Malcolm in the Middle, where Hal
I have a confession.
participates in competition power walking?
I've never watched an episode of Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh.
So I missed a couple of what I would call cornerstone 90s shows. So like Malcolm in the Middle. I've never watched an episode of Home Improvement.
Well, you're not missing much with that one.
I know. And with Tim Allen, I'm like, eh.
Yeah, that's the right response.
I've never watched Seinfeld. Same response. Eh.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of Seinfeld, I think, succeeded to the extent that it did because it had Larry David involved. Like,
Was he a writer or was he one of the characters?
yeah, he was a writer. Yeah, he could have been a writer-producer situation or something like that. But so he had a lot of the creative decision-making power for the show, and so like the offbeatness of it that comes through, which like I haven't watched a ton of it, but I've seen some episodes and some clips over the years.
And
I'm not like the biggest fan, but like I can see what they're trying to do. I just don't think I connect with like the setting and the particular people that well. So
yeah, I was definitely just a Full House Boy Meets World kid.
yeah, I like Full House. I got tired of it after a while. I don't know. It's a little bit too saccharine for me sometimes. Also, at this point, I'm kind of like Bob Saget kind of grosses me out. So.
Mother, the sign of the cross saves from the plague.
And
What?
Huh?
She just dumped all the water.
Smaragda, don't tempt
Oh
me.
no.
I'm sending Evdokia to you. Don't let this one into the refectory.
Dude, I'm feeling like genuine feelings. I'm like, why are we hated so much?
Yeah, what did you do? I mean, nothing. That's what these systems do. Which, by the way, last weekend, no, so it wouldn't have been last weekend, but the weekend before, I watched. Actually, wait, did I watch it though? I think it was the weekend before. Anyway, I saw that movie Kinds of
Oh,
Kindness.
what?
What the
Excuse me?
fuck?
What did
Was it
we
just
start,
like a little
Connor?
guy?
It was Little Chef Dude.
Servant of God Indika shall now take communion with the body and blood of our Lord and God and Savior Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. Oh, the frames.
Oh yeah, it dropped a bunch of frames there.
Many years you bore with them and warned them by your spirit, yet they would not give ear. Therefore you gave them into the hands of the peoples of the lands. Nehemiah 9:30. Oh, Connor, what did we put? What did we put? What? Ooh, I like that. I like that down there. That's sick.
Yeah, this style.
What did we get ourselves into?
It is forbidden to leave the convent without a blessing. Despite her requests, Indika had not been blessed to leave for a full year. When she was tasked with delivering the letter, it took her completely by surprise. Even though she did not know the content, she could not shake the feeling that it would play an extremely important, perhaps critical, role in her life.
So this is made by a Russian studio, obviously, that moved from Russia to...
What's in
Yeah, I
Where did
saw
they move from?
I think you might have shared the video with me. Of,
Kazakhstan.
think you might have shared the video of me of like Larian helping to get some of the developers places outside of Russia in St. Petersburg at the end, which like it's notable that it's St. Petersburg, I think, because like that's right on the edge and like pretty far from like the central influence in Moscow. But
I turned the settings down to medium, and now I'm running like 150 frames per second.
Not to like get like too in the weeds on it, because it's definitely not the topic of our show, but it's like the wild thing about that entire conflict right now is it's probably just going to become
a
like
real run.
years and years. Oh, now you can run. Awesome. So because you were only able to walk because you were
To where? I'm having such strong reactions to this game. This is perfect. Content.
So.
Oh, deep into. Oh no.
Oh wow. So no, like it just feels like that whole conflict situation is just going to continue to grind on for years because, like, Ukraine probably only continues to survive with support from other Western nations. Like that's kind of just how it is. And Russia is kind of a hot mess, but like ultimately has a decent ability to muster more fighters and weaponry over time. And like also there's a lot of like insurgency activity within Ukraine to fight it. So like you're just gonna have this constant grinding battle between like outmanned Ukrainians utilizing different like commercial like consumer drone hardware to create bombs and weaponry. And it's actually becoming like this little incubation chamber for like drone and AI assisted drone technologies. Just like, oh great. I need random consumers to have access to technology that can make drone swarms dive bomb people.
Steps are all wet. You'll slip and fall again. Don't worry, Tikhon. I understand. Forgive me, for Christ's sake.
I'm so intrigued with this game. Sorry, I keep messing with settings. Okay. There we go.
What happened?
Well, we were trying to get across, but then this homie just threw a bucket of water on us. Ooh.
Oh.
The floor is kind of rough here.
Oh, yeah. No, that's not going to work.
Ah. I see. I see. Okay. Damn. Maybe I don't see.
Is there a way to, like, throw something at it? Can't tell if there's any option like that. Because I can't really tell how you would even possibly jump on it fast enough. Unless you can vault over the fence or something.
Okay, so it seems to go slower on the way back. So what I'm going to try to do is let it go all the way across. Do this. Bolt over. Because I feel like it has...
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Oh.
Logic.
What'd he say?
I don't know. I like how the world still runs.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, because the thing, like...
Continued?
Still coming back toward the shore.
Okay. Well, I assumed, you know, like...
Oh, apparently your
Not
weight, like,
sure
slows
that
it down a
is
little
how
bit.
that works, but I'm not gonna fight it. I'm already in for a wild ride, so I'm like not gonna fight any of these. Like, oh no.
It probably would affect
Gorgeous.
the a little bit, but I don't know if it stopped it as much as it did.
Damn, Tikhon has the key. Ugh, what an imbecile.
Indika loved Tikhon.
Oh boy.
Imbecile was a medical diagnosis, so she was just using the word literally. In any case, Tikhon couldn't hear her. Hypocrisy isn't really a virtue, is it?
Oh, I don't like that.
It was as if the convent didn't want to let her go. Even though she knew there was no place closer to God, she yearned to leave it, at least for a short time.
Not true.
As of old thou didst raise
Hated her.
was wasted with evil and is barren of good deeds. But I beseech thee, O Lord, pour out upon me a drop of thy mercy and cleanse me, for I am defiled by many sins, and I will praise thy name all of the days of my life.
Even if the abbess was literate, she surely didn't go out of her way to use that skill. Just like her personal hygiene, always.
I am fell among thieves and was wounded, so have I also fallen through my sins, and my soul is
What?
wounded. To whom shall I flee for healing, if not to thee, the compassionate Samaritan? Pour on me, O Christ, thy great mercy. Because of thy boundless mercy and compassion, I dare to approach thee, O Christ. Receive me as thou didst the publican, prodigal, and the harlot. Now I have come unto thee, my Lord and God, as sinful and burdened one, not having the boldness to
How long will
the
this go
heights
for?
of heaven because of the multitude of my transgressions.
I don't know.
I have recklessly
Maybe you have to
forgotten
walk
thy
somewhere while
glory
doing
over
it.
all, and among sinners I have scattered the riches which thou gavest me. And now I cry to thee as the prodigal, I have sinned before thee, O merciful Father. Receive me, O penitent, and make me as one of thy highest.
Listening to the depressing.
As a disciple of the Lord, O just one, thou hast received the gospel as a martyr. Thou art never turned away as the
Oh,
bride
it's like your imagination causes you to fall because it turns into like a crevasse.
'Cause you're crazy.
For as thou in thy deep wisdom hast had compassion on us, so also in these latter days hast thou made us anew by thy bloodshedding.
So it probably shows a slightly different version of reality when you do that.
Right.
Cabbage soup, the smell
Ah.
of old women that even
Now I have come unto thee, my Lord and God, as
I
sinful
see.
and burdened, not
Weird.
having boldness to look up into the heights of heaven because of the multitude of my transgressions.
use that skill, just like her personal hygiene. Always at lunch, she would carefully clean the devil's work from her dentures with her finger. Indika.
Receive me as thou didst the publican, prodigal, and the harlot. And now I cry to thee as the prodigal, I have sinned before thee, O merciful
It's
Father.
interesting to use that as a game mechanic.
Receive.
It's like praying. Never mind. Oh, I don't have to pray anymore. Cool. Praying fixed everything. Huh? What?
They are pointless.
Then stop having it just on my screen permanently.
What's the from whose line is it anyway?
Yeah.
I can't remember the actual line, but I know that the final one is that where the points don't matter.
Yeah. I think the first half is always like some kind of ad lib bit. And then
Fair enough.
or he'll start with the points don't matter and then he'll be like
I'm sorry.
Actresses
Colin
here.
using
What are you doing here?
hair growth pills or something like that.
Cloistress is here. What?
None is
So-
fine.
The conventual is here.
The nun.
Listen, you're lucky to bump into me. I keep missing, and I'm not.
Hello, this man's eyes.
What?
Go. Get out of here.
I saw actually a video
What?
of
Who's there?
someone with like a really interesting pair of glasses, because it's basically 'cause they have like a condition that causes them to have a certain like level of vision that is unfortunately like too severe to drive under normal circumstances, even with standard lenses. So they have this like binocular
Whoa.
system that attaches to a glasses frame and like allows them to see properly. It's very interesting, honestly. And one of my pairs of glasses. Maybe I'll-
Not a great shot.
Yes.
Sorry, I can help if you let me.
I don't think it can be helped. His nobleness has decided to listen to the visitation one last time. So let him listen. Don't interrupt.
Excuse me, what happened here?
Have you heard the joke about a crowbar in a train toilet? there
What
was this
happened
train
here?
With a bunch of convicts. They put a spring between two carriages while the train was moving. Tried to plan an escape, I guess.
How many died?
Mostly fugitives. Many of them were shot. They've had to care
Yeah,
for the
this
sick.
like escalated so
Me,
quickly.
Of course.
I'm
we
so
often have to.
confused.
Come with us to the station.
This like honestly feels like some anime shit. But to be fair though, this is like Eastern European, and so that region has a ton of its own set of like really unique folklore and historical trends.
Well, I'm like, that looks like some tendrils coming out of that train. I'm like, I'm not a train scientist, but I don't think that's what that's looked
No.
for.
Doctor,
No.
he says the wounded are waiting at the station and then injects a corpse with morphine. Maybe out of respect for his dying wish, or for the size of his epaulets. What do you think?
This game is wild.
I also I appreciate the art palette where like it looks both subdued and really nice at the same time.
Yeah, because it's not using the fucking blue filter, Connor. Like, I think my sister-in-law was watching like 13 Reasons Why, which is not a great show. Don't watch it. Past season one.
No.
Even season one's kind of questionable.
I
But
have a
she
lot
was
of,
wa-
I have a lot of issues. I have a lot of issues with that show, honestly.
Oh, 100%.
Anyway, say what you're gonna say, and then I'll add my
Indika has seen many images
unsolicited
of what waits us
commentary.
in there, but she could not remember seeing anything about what the righteous are supposed to do in heaven.
The points are pointless, but
They keep giving me.
yeah. Anyway,
So like,
oh, this building is definitely sideways. And I don't know if this is like the church building you were looking at before, but I think.
but yeah, like that show, everything looks blue tinted to fuck, and I'm like, this is not how real life looks.
Yeah, I think I kind of remember that. There are a lot of shows on Netflix that wind up looking that way. Like I think, I actually think that didn't Riverdale kind of have a similar weirdness?
Yeah, but Riverdale's going for that aesthetic because they're doing like this, like, oh, it's like grungy, like it's noir
Yeah,
Riverdale, it's noir Archie, you know. Hello.
Huh. Oh, can you like change the weight distribution to make it go a different direction?
Oh, I see. This is fucking wild.
And then you have to wonder how much of this is actually happening. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
And it's the most like over the top noise, so it's like this loud ass gong.
Yeah. But no, I was always uncomfortable though with 13 Reasons Why, because it felt like this like. I think it's important to have like suicide awareness. Oh, that sucks. Got to be like some trick that's just not obvious.
Because I'm allowed to climb on this thing. Oh, I also wonder, does it change downstairs? There we go. I think. Okay, there we go. So yeah, like there's some pseudo.
But
continue your thoughts.
but-
Sorry.
Yeah, no. So it's like important to have those conversations about self-harm and you know that stuff. On the off chance that YouTube winds up tripping up on the word, I'm gonna be careful with the actual wording a little bit, but it does seem to like glorify a lot of that in a lot of that show, and to the extent that like
Oh, hello.
it creates kind of a consumption product
he was
off
loved.
of
Yeah,
Not-
and then
necessarily justifying, but kind of like rationalizing why someone would do this, and then also creating an environment of skepticism and doubting whether or not you personally had something to do with the action in like really trivial ways a lot of the time. Like there are some instances of like genuine bullying that happened in the show, but like honestly it's the kind of shit that a lot of people put up with and is a reason for like having much more compassion in the world and whatnot, and like encouraging that, but like not really an excuse to say that like because you were rude about someone dating someone in a weird way as a kid that is like you caused them to decide to take their own life. Like
yeah.
that's like really dangerous thinking, and like feeds into a lot of like survivor's guilt that is not justified. Yeah, maybe lowering that will help because it does seem to drop frames a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe a lot is a little bit overstated, but it's like really an impressive looking game though. So it probably is pushing like the engine pretty
Like
high.
It's an impressive looking game from a studio that probably is not the best yet at like, or a small studio, so there's not a lot of optimization happening.
Yeah, they don't have like a team specifically focused on
Wait,
refining
hold
it.
on, what?
Huh.
Who am I hearing?
This kind of village like just kind of freaks me out because the whole idea of living alongside a crevasse where you would have to like cross the bridge to get to one side and the other like just terrifies me a little bit.
Or the cabin we stayed at. Like,
That's true. That too.
yeah, we were at a cabin for my wedding, and going down. And let me do like full screen. That way, like, kind of. Yeah, and I do want it on ultra performance. That way, it's not trying to render two things at once.
Yeah, I mean,
Though
honestly,
that
like the way
seemed to make it worse somehow.
the way down was probably like a 30 to 40% grade.
Yeah, and even on that like freshly paved road that the cabin was on, that sorry, I keep messing with these.
The settings.
Yeah,
Is it bothering you?
it is.
What is DLSS?
That is deep learning, blah 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 blah. It's basically just rendering it at a lower resolution and then upscaling it. The idea being that you can get high resolution look, but not like
With a slightly lower performance.
without a hit to performance. Yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's stressing me out.
Is that a human making that noise?
I don't know. That's the thing that stressing me. I don't know who's making that noise. Oh no.
Stop. Lost your nerve, huh?
Why do you stop me?
Since when do you obey me? Don't worry. Fear is a natural reaction, life-saving in most cases. What is your goal? To help the girl or show what a hero you are?
To help.
Exactly. If you're trying to help, there's no chance.
Calculating chances in a time like this. How low?
The camera angle or the lenses they're using for their camera, the angles.
Listen to her. Doesn't like getting abandoned in the middle of an act. What? Did you see the size of that thing? Maybe you wanted to join them.
Hello?
Not bad either.
Didn't have enough, you motherfucker. He's back at it again. Piece of shit. Fuck you.
What's happening? What's gonna happen, Connor?
On my way.
Hold on. Wait!
Quiet. Stop yelling.
You've saved me, and I've saved someone too. Poor girl, a little more, and she could have. Lord have mercy on us. You didn't see, but she got away. Well, I didn't. I don't know how much, but if it weren't for me, God deliver us sinners from.
What?
Sorry, what is your name?
Ilya.
Indika. You know, they say that every hour that a patient doesn't get medical attention, their chance of survival is halved. Crazy thing to say, to be honest. It makes no sense to generalize like that. Do we include every case, even a pricked finger? Of course, the
No idea where to take it or where it came from. Sister! Did you arrive safely? No incidents?
This little bike sled.
That's you! Is that you? Wait a second!
Don't you dare.
What? What's happening?
You drop your weapon.
Oh, it's the dude. It's the dude who can't shoot. Dude, shenanigans.
I wonder when this is based.
That looks like a bayonet. So like,
This looks like World War One-ish.
I was gonna say, is this like?
This might be like right after the Civil War, or like right during the Civil War, and like, so you might kind of have like a Red Army, White Army,
Yeah.
in the crosshairs situation going on.
I'm still losing it over this bike sled. It's so cool.
But that's like also part of it is like you would have this era would have been a lot of like cobbling together pieces of industrial tech like that because it was desperately poor.
Dude, this is like a fucking sitcom right now.
Do it like
Much
this.
of Europe and the Russian states. And I don't know, like this could also just be like some bullshit because this looks a little bit like fantastical too.
Some alt history kind of thing.
Yeah.
Is this game just like
You do
here's
see
Indika in all these goofy situations and that's it? Like, because I'm down for that.
Some interesting, like I don't know if you've seen the like not sleds, scooters that people will make in like some African nations. Did he actually manage to shoot him?
I don't know, but I don't have any control right now.
Yeah, interesting. But anyway, they'll make these like scooters that are primarily out of like strapped together and
This is so funny.
just so weird.
Because you have some like 8-bitty music right now.
Why are you aiming your revolver at me? You won't shoot me.
I don't run it anymore. Why is that? If you don't go faster, I will. Scum! Just come back. Wait. Just wait. Oh shit!
Go faster, not so fast.
Scoundrel!
But yeah,
The
they
music's killing me, Connor.
They'll have these crazy scooters to like carry like sacks of whatever thing that they're bringing back to a market or whatever. I like how slow you're going.
That's what I'm saying.
He's
Like,
able to- he's
I
able to
feel
just,
like
keep running after you, where you should be able to
I feel like full sprint he could catch up.
Yeah.
I think he gave up. I forgot she's biking this entire time too.
Yeah. Because this is why I say it like could be just some bullshit. Because like technically this technology would have been possible then, but I'm not sure that you would have had like a self-powered like
Scooter
steam
bike.
engine attached to a bike in quite that way. that's a little bit fantastical. Although we had motorcycles pretty early. And there was like such a huge variation on what they looked like early on that's not completely outside the realm of possibility.
Are you wounded?
And he has like a coffee mug on his hand.
That's what it looks like.
This is good.
Is that Danish? Dude, what's happening?
Oh, whatever you say.
Just through his clothing.
Get up.
It is a coffee mug.
No, you don't need that.
Are they gonna tandem ride the bicycle?
Let's go.
There's like a little platform on the.
Oh,
top
I
of the
see.
engine.
Yeah.
Well, either with me or with them, up to you.
See, this is
music
where,
is
yeah,
wild.
this is where a face cam would have been perfect, just to see my like reactions to all of this.
This is anime shit. Like this feels so off the wall.
I know nothing about Russian television, cinema, nothing. But I'm like, this is something I would see in like the offbeat anime of the season that like has a cult following.
Sorry. We're doing no more than 5 verse an hour, though.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What the fuck is a verse? It's probably
How do you
some kind of.
understand it, huh?
Is he talking about the word versed or how to start an engine?
I grew up in a bike shop. My father sold them.
In Spasov.
Why in Spasov? No, in Gorodishi. I've never been to Spasov.
That's where I grew up.
The man's logic is flawless.
Are you embarrassed to be so close to a man?
She's been waiting for that.
Ooh.
He's quite a looker, huh? Thick boy.
That's not awful. they kept us in the train for 3 days.
This narrator is fantastic.
She likes it.
Whoa! Pardon.
Come on. Grab her tits.
Hey!
Stop pretending. He's just like the men you imagine in your room when you're...
Enough!
All right, calm down.
Is he a bandit or a sissy?
Hold on to your seat, for God's sake.
This game is wild, Connor. Oh god.
Now you're going faster. You're going downhill.
Dude, it's just like the cabin.
Hey.
The fuck?
What?
Fuck.
Oh god. The points don't matter. The points don't matter.
Ah!
Oh, was there a shortcut I could have taken? Points don't matter. Points don't matter. Points don't matter.
I think you did level up though.
No, I need 2 more.
Oh, that's a 6.
The amount of times I've just put my hands on my head and like Aw.
Oh, so now you have to race again.
Some bullshit. Hello? Oh, shit. I should be reading this out loud, but whatever. Oh boy. But we had to celebrate and rejoice, for this brother of yours was dead and has begun to live, and was lost and has been found.
That was interesting. Also, obviously, like, real sad.
So what's the plan here? What's like? Also, it really bothers me that I'm 2 points away.
Hey,
Yeah.
are you all right?
Is that broken or is that like
I'm sorry,
frostbite?
Can I take a look, please?
There's nothing to look at. Better give me an injection.
Oh my god. I'm afraid this will have to... If we don't amputate it, you won't survive the afternoon.
Our prison doctor, he told me the same thing. Word for word. But that was over a week ago.
And he didn't do anything?
Sadly, the only surgical
Okay,
equipment.
like the detail to her unscrewing that, rolling that into her hand,
Very funny.
and like all those little minute details right here are fucking fantastic.
Don't worry. It should be like that.
Like, it's wild the small details that they're putting in to this game
Mm-hmm.
for what I presume is like a very small team, small budget.
To God. Great.
Oh, what a weird angle. Just puts a needle in her back pocket.
You need to get up if you don't want to lose something else to frostbite.
Okay, I was right. I was like, that's frostbite, isn't it? I'm trying to like think like what I presume something happened to her to make her decide to be a nun.
What do you mean you talk to God?
Mm-hmm.
Like what trauma happened to her?
Well, I mean,
You've seen my
that
arm,
last little
yes?
interlude kind of indicated
been a
like
week.
a level of gullibility
I doubt
Yeah.
it.
that
And
Some,
what
like-
does God have to do with
gotten her
this?
into trouble several
Well,
times.
let me explain. Ever since that night, every event
And then like her wanting to interfere with that woman that was getting us practically getting assaulted.
I was the only
That's
one
where my
left
brain is going.
alive.
Mm-hmm.
It's all going according to
Like,
plan. Every fucking step is
is she
God's plan
victim
to
blaming
understand.
herself
So
essentially?
taking me hostage was God's
Oh.
plan.
Left or right, Connor? Left or right?
Left.
But remember the gospel. The father who gave his
Instant
money to
death.
the prodigal son, not to the beloved one, the good one, but to the bandit. He who had been murdering and stealing but came back.
This music.
He came back. you understand? I think the
Yeah, the
Lord is
music is
happier
wild.
to see one repentant sinner than, well, 100,000 righteous people. I don't know. They don't even need repentance. Do you hear me?
I think it might have just
You know,
joined at the same
laid
path.
everything out before
Yeah, we just did a drop.
Spread out like a deck of cards, the past, the present, the future.
Who?
Ooh, that's a good sound.
I was lying there, about to die. And a sister, just like you, brought me some water in this mug. And I was drinking and I saw ripples in the water. Little round waves. And heard a whisper. So I drank. And
You heard God in a cup?
in a cup, yes. But that's not the point. I'll show you when we get there.
Look, a water tower. That means the station is behind the windmill.
The station? Why? We're doing fine.
Homie, we're
We've
not
been
doing
on fuel
okay.
For a couple of bursts. I wasn't able to drag you around with no steam.
Maybe we should go around.
A nun and an officer? Who cares?
What an abrupt cut.
Yeah, this game has a lot of that though.
Yeah. But like I
And,
said, I
like-
think it's like just like the optimization thing. They just have to like do harsher cuts for loading and whatnot.
Who the fuck would do this? It's as if they blocked the passage on purpose.
Dude, being like in a village stuck in the snow like this is like my nightmare.
Find something to get rid of the screw.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason that people who like live in areas like this wind up developing a slight like preparedness, if not outright like prepper.
Life of St. John.
mentality.
One day, venerable John fell into the pit. He was God-fearing and meek. He was a God-fearing and meek monk, so he remained in the pit with humility. On the third day, John doubted himself. Had he, out of cowardice, mistaken the Lord's test for his will? Should he sit at the bottom of the pit in his own filth, or climb out of the darkness and into the light? John started to pray to God, and he immediately gave John a sign. A spruce branch leaned down into the pit. John grabbed the branch and climbed out of the pit. After realizing that, in his hubris, he had been tempted by the demons, John cried. Terrified, he jumped back into the pit and prayed for God's forgiveness. God forgave John and rewarded him with numerous spiritual gifts. What? Oh boy.
So now you have an extended skill tree.
Oh my god. Do you see that?
Yes.
What the fuck?
I think it's just a like a puppet.
Oh, that
Yeah.
made it so much worse. Oh my god, I hate that. What the fuck is that? Oh my god. Oh my, I hated that so much. Can I drop down?
Maybe there's something in that shed.
Why would you have a straw hat person? Like, can't get into the shed. God, this game is so intriguing. I can't get into this. Oh. Other side.
miss this smell.
O Lord, cleanse us of sin. O Son of God, forgive us our wickedness. O Holy Spirit, come to us and heal our maladies. Wrench.
So,
Found a wrench.
give it to me.
So I probably have to grab the ladder to go back up the other way. Oh, that fucking doll. You know any random factoid for why there'd be a doll made of straw, Connor?
No.
Like,
Not on that one.
if anyone knows a random piece of fact that would explain this, you would.
Lord have mercy.
Hello?
Just a dog. Calm down.
I hate them. Hurry up.
Excuse me?
Quiet, quiet, little doggy. We won't hurt you.
Are you?
Run.
Connor, that is no dog. What?
You know, I would have already fucked you up with my bare hands if I wanted.
What?
Well, hand.
Why?
I mean, why the fuck did you throw away the revolver? Would have been useful. I mean, girl, I would never. Oh, shit.
Tell me something. If you're God's chosen one, why didn't God heal you completely right away?
That's a good question. Here's your answer. Here. Here.
How did this become a story about God's chosen one?
I was gonna say, like, hello? What is this a flyer for a church? Is that what I'm getting? Temple, rather? Whatever? So, like, their conversation on the bike, I just thought he, like, saw God and was, like, born again Christian. That's all I got from that. And...
Oh, when they
The
crashed.
Kajets.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. Come on.
I don't understand. So God had enough power only to stop the rotting, but to heal you completely, he needed some kind of tool.
It's not about the tool. A man can't be saved against his will, you see. Basically, yeah, it has nothing to do with my arm. It's about the path. The path we've been given. And whether to follow it or not, it's up to us.
And what do I have to do with it? So, possessed people are taken to the Kajets.
Everybody is. Do I look possessed to you?
No, not you. All right, let's get out of here.
Hoist me up.
Me hoist you up?
Yes, you. You won't be able to pull me up from up there.
Ilya?
Well,
Are you alive? Ilya!
Yeah. All right.
are you actually moving your mouth?
What's going on?
Hello? Oh, and here I go.
This is like not casting enough light.
Hello?
Of course it wasn't a coincidence, and now Indika realized it too. She had heard about the Kudets and its miracles, but right now, in Spasov, and Ilya, meeting a prisoner who talks to God would not be an everyday occurrence. Also, Indika took a liking to him.
Who, this one? No.
One way or another, there was
Dude, is this a
certainly no
rom-com?
doubt that she had to head for Spasov and not the Danilov Monastery.
The letter. I cannot neglect my duty. What if there's something important in it?
Open it. See for yourself.
No. Reading someone else's letter is a greater sin than not delivering it.
Greater.
Bro.
How much greater?
Twice as much. I don't know.
Interesting. So, not delivering 2 letters is the same as reading 1. What about stealing? Pocketing a room,
Oh my God.
for example. Is that worse?
Worse.
How much worse?
I think
This
that's
is
like
nonsense.
the thing
You
that
can't
the game
compare such things.
Why not?
has
The
like
priest
weird,
imposes a
tedious
different penance
moments
for different
that
sins, and since you know for sure which is better or worse, there has to be a way of measuring.
have like
Then
thematic
let us say
detail.
that stealing is 10 times worse than not delivering a letter. What about murder? Let us put that at 1,000 letters. That would mean that if a postman were to
Oh my
lose
God.
a sack full of letters, we'd have a murderer. Although, maybe there should be a bulk discount. What about a rapist? A rapist is better than a murderer, right?
What?
You are not scared of the sin. You are scared of the letter. Perhaps you should not open it. Do not do it.
It's just a blank letter we were just sent away just in hopes that we die on the way.
Jesus.
You don't even have anything to say. The abbess knows you inside out, so everything turned out just as written.
Wait, I want to know what's in there.
Defrocked her? How did that happen?
Wait, Connor, what is
Tequila wasn't after Tikhon had knocked her.
what does defrocked mean?
I think it implies like you had your
Then out of the monastery.
position in the convent taken away. Similar to like similar to excommunication, but I think excommunication can apply to like anyone.
Okay.
Daddy,
This is so
get returned. Sorry, she's not here anymore.
so you have to like get down there and then be
So where now?
Go on this side.
side when it separates.
So many options.
I actually kind of really like this.
Because of thy boundless mercy and compassion, I dare to approach.
You don't have anything to say. The abbess knows you inside out, so everything turned out just...
And thou hast forgotten my glory, O Father.
defrocked her.
I was wasted with evil in his barren oak of deeds, but I beseech
Oh, do
thee,
you
O Lord,
lose
for
points
thy
when you
good.
fall too far?
But you...
When I have fallen and sinned,
You got pushed.
every man dwelling among thieves and was wounded.
Wait, do
so
I
that
lose
was
points for
upon my
using
sins
the
because
prey?
I was wounded. To whom shall I flee for healing if not to thee?
Can't
the
tell.
compassionate
Something made you
Samaritan?
lose some points,
Pour on
though.
me, O Christ, thy great mercy. As of old,
I think it might have been falling.
Daddy's gonna send another postcard
Or is it
for
prey?
him.
as a disciple of the Lord, O just one, thou hast received the gospel as a martyr. Thou art never turned away as the brother of God. Thou hast boldness as a hierarch. Thou canst intercede. Do thou intercede with Christ God that he may save our souls. Now I have come.
Do I
unto
just
thee,
run
Lord,
out of
and
prayer
sinful, and
eventually? Is
thou,
that
O
the...
Lord, having the boldness to look up into the heights of heaven.
Okay, hold on.
because the
Let's
multitude of
take a look at this
transgressions.
high level.
You don't even have anything to say. The abbess knows
Yeah, it totally
you
does
inside
use
out,
points.
so everything turned out...
And thou hast forgotten my glory, O Father, and among sinners.
defrocked her.
Every man dwelling among thieves and was wounded.
Even Indika wasn't after Tikon had knocked her up, but you...
For as thou in thy deep wisdom hast had compassion on us, so also in these latter days hast thou made us anew.
There we go.
And if, by chance,
As of old thou didst raise up the paralytic, O Lord God, by thy godlike care and might raise up my soul, which is...
Don't go over a lot. It's like the game's talking to us, Connor.
I wonder if that's telling you that, like, it doesn't actually... They don't actually
How's the dog?
disappear and stop you from being able to pray.
I haven't heard
So
it for a
stop
while.
worrying about it.
Listen,
But you're always going to be
I'll
worried
help
about
you
that
get to
the whole time it
specimens.
goes down. Also, like, if you continually lose them in those segments and don't get enough points between them,
somehow,
you won't
Indika
level up.
was convinced that the Kudets was going to solve all
But I don't know what
of
leveling
her
up does for you,
problems. And
honestly.
soon
So,
the voice
No
in
one
her head
knows.
would disappear, and she would return to the monastery as someone who deserves at least forgiveness, if not everyone's love.
Okay.
She thought that years of suffering had been leading her up to this exact moment.
I think we're gonna call it there because, like, I could
figured
see
out what his
myself
place
just...
is.
good call.
This is Denise.
I could see
paint
myself
factory.
trying to do this in one go.
Martha
So
told me about it. She's our
we'll
videographer.
continue. I think it's a
Maybe
fairly
everything can
short
match
game
it.
too, from what I remember reading. So
Yeah.
we'll
There was
continue,
an explosion.
digest
They say
whatever just
everyone was
happened.
evacuated in one